All right, a very lovely day to you out there. Thank you for joining us on today's edition of Closer Look on CockFM Radio. My name's still Lulufemi Peters. On Closer Look, what we do usually is to look at issues affecting us critically as a people. We dissect these issues and we always bring people of knowledge, we bring them on board to extrapolate these issues. And today I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Olukayode, I have Joel, and I have Folashade in the studio with me. Today we're going to be looking at a very germane issue. We're going to be looking at the flood disaster in Sagamu. But before we look at this issue critically, let's go for a commercial break. I'll be right back.
CockFM Radio. It's all about you.
Welcome back. The flood, there was a heavy downpour yesterday across, I think, in Sagamu, I think in other parts of the state too. But the one in Sagamu was so heavy. It was so heavy that it eventually claimed the life of one young student. It's a very bad news. And this ultimately led to the people of Sagamu appealing to the government, appealing to the Akarigbo and other concerned authorities to please weigh in on this issue of recurring flood disasters. And we understand that also the government is also trying to do our best to contain this situation because it's not ideal. Let me not overburden you with too much backdrop for this development. Olukayode, what do you think about this issue of flooding in Sagamu?
Thank you for having me. It's not, to me, it's not an issue. It's just that because we can't blame God for sending down the rain. It's just that we people, we need to prepare more because there has been a lot of prediction and warning regarding this year.
Okay.
So if government is not doing much, we people too need to do our part. One of the things we can do in regard to this, rather than complaining or waiting for the aftermath of such a huge flood, we may leave the area where the flood is doing a lot of damages for now, at least to save life. And also, as a community, we need to be coming together to know what is happening in our environment, to be able to work together to do it. I remember some years back, there is what we call environmental sanitation.
Yes.
Yeah, where all of us we collaborate to take care of the waterway because of situation like this. Flooding is not an issue that we have to blame it on anyone. Rather, all of us as a community, let's yield to the warning that has been given earlier this year regarding the volume of raining that will be happening this year. So we can do the needful to save the day or to save our life in regard to this.
I will thank you for that contribution. Now, Joel, what do you make of this flooding?
Thank you very much for having me first on the program. Mr. Kayode Olukayode said it's our responsibility to take care of
our environment.
Yes. I can remember a couple of years when flood actually hit Sagamu first. I think I was told that there was a dam that was opened and most people lost their pond through their fishes in the roadside. And I noticed one thing: the drainage system here in Sagamu is not effective, and it is poor. And like Mr. Coyote said, he said that most of the people in the communities, they dump their refuse in the drainage system, and it's caused blockage, and most of the time it's not easy for the water to pass through. So with that, this water will spread. The water, of course, we want to look for places to spread into. It gets into the house, and it's really bad. So for me, I feel as much we ask the government to play a part here, we have a part to play too. So it's a 50-50. The government has a part, we have a part. So the major thing is we are the one being around, we're the one at home.
We're the one facing the consequences.
Yes, so we should do more.
We should do better.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, Joel, for Lashidade, your contribution.
All right, thank you. We don't have to, as a community, Olukayode said something earlier. He said community shouldn't put everything on the government necessarily. As a community, we don't have to wait for the government to come through for us. We can actually lead the way while they come through. He made mention of environmental sanitation. Yeah, that's very necessary. Every Saturday, I feel we should call ourselves out. Cleaning bad roads would actually help out a lot. Imagine a household pouring waste inside there, and it would actually block the road. But cleaning it every Saturday would allow water flow. It won't allow you to gather up. So if we come out every Saturday and do that, it would actually help out a lot. We don't have to overlook things to wait for the government to come through for us. We can actually come through for ourselves.
All right. Thank you for that contribution, gentlemen and lady. Those are very, very nice contributions. I want to thank you really for contributing to this topic. Yeah, so I think the point really is that we as a people, we need to do better. Like we all said, we all need to take care of our environment better. We need to make sure that we dispose our wastes properly, okay, and that would avert all these flooding and also other environmental disasters. But like we said, you cannot entirely dissociate the government from some of these flooding disasters. The government also have their role to play. The government ideally should also rehabilitate all failed roads and drainages, especially within the metropolis. If that is done, I'm sure that we'll keep these disasters, this flood and thing, we're going to keep it to the barest minimum. So we're appealing now to the government to please help us fix our drainages, to help us fix all those small those bad portions on our roads, because these things are they contribute a lot to these flood disasters that we have. And that's how we call it a wrap on today's edition of Closer Look on CockFM Radio. I want to thank you for listening. My name is Olufemi Peters.
CockFM Radio. It's all about you.